I'm Tony, and this is my fiancée Elizabeth,
I'm Liz.
and this is our story of how we met.
The first time I saw Tony, because I did not meet him the first time I saw him, was at a mutual friend of ours, Kim and Chris, their apartment, for Chris's birthday. And he was having a party.
I walked in, and Elizabeth was there with a couple of her friends, because she worked with her friend Kim. And it was like a movie. I saw her from afar, and time stopped and slowed down, and I was just mesmerized by her.
We were emailing each other at work and stuff. So I knew who he was. I knew what he looked like. And my work was having a beef and beer, and he was on the phone with Chris, because we all worked, me, Kim, and Chris worked together. And I went by his desk to go to lunch or something, and I knew he was on the phone with Tony, so I said, "Hey, Tony, come to the beef and beer," or whatever.
I went there. I knew she was going to be there. I was kind of nervous. People were saying, "Oh, you're the guy Liz likes," her coworkers. And I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I was kind of embarrassed. I didn't know what to feel like. But she showed up. I turned around, and there she was. She sat down next to me.
We flirted all night, and then went to Tex-Mex afterwards, and he followed me to Tex-Mex. I was very blunt and told him that I was highly attracted to him.
She made herself known that she liked me. I'll just say that.
It took him by surprise, but in a very good way. And then we wound up going to a friend's house afterwards, and he followed us there. So he stayed out all night.
We did a little bit more flirting there, but then I eventually left. It was around 3 a.m.
And I said, "Tony, are you leaving?" And he turned around, and I just kissed him, and it was a horrible kiss.
She went in for a kiss, and I didn't know what to do. So I sort of just went like, bleh. A couple days later, I found out she called me a name. I was known as Brick Tongue, and that's the beginning of how we met, I guess you could say.
On our first date, he said stuff that was like, "I'm sick of dating."
I told her that I was tired of just dating people and not being satisfied, and that I'm done, and I just need to find somebody and be happy. It was kind of along those lines.
And I remember thinking, this guy is crazy. This is way too much for a first date. But it was everything that I would literally fantasize about guys saying to me on a first date. Because I'm that forward.
I guess I knew I loved her when we were just laying together in bed one day, and I just looked at her, and it's just, they say you could feel it when you're in love, and it's true, you can really feel it. And she felt it too.
Ever since the first date, it was just amazing. I just wanted to be with him because he was perfect.
What's the perfect ring for her? What does she want? It all started when I said that, I said, I'm going to marry you, I'm going to marry you. I kept saying it to her and saying it to her. And I guess it came to a point where you don't say something unless you really mean it. And I meant it. And we're trying on rings. She's trying on rings. We're looking at rings. She finds one she really likes, and it's reasonable. It's beautiful. The guy, the manager there, sort of put it away for me because I told him I'd be back to check it out and make a final decision. And everything worked. I went back without telling her I got it.
It was a Friday, and he was making me dinner, and he brought home chicken parm and asparagus, and he brought home 2 bottles of champagne and chocolate sauce and strawberries and just all this stuff. And then he said, "I'm going to cook you dinner tonight." And I said, "Okay, And then he was making dinner, and he spilled sauce on him.
I had a nice button-down shirt on, so I had to take the shirt off, and I was just wearing a wife beater. So here I am eating dinner, and then I'm going to propose in a wife beater. Not real romantic, but I don't think a lot of other men can say that.
He made all the food, and it was very romantic. And then he said that he bought ice cream for the strawberries and the chocolate, and he left it in his car, and he was really upset about it.
I played all my absent-mindedness, because sometimes I'm very absent-minded. And when she wasn't looking, I snuck into the bedroom, grabbed the ring that I had hidden in the closet, and put it in my pocket, and said, "Oh man, I left ice cream out in the car. It's going to melt. I brought ice cream for dessert." Went out to the car, pulled the ring out, grabbed the roses, stuck one of the ring inside one of the petals, just so she could see it peeking out. It was a dozen roses. Came in, no ice cream, but something even better, roses. And I handed them to her, and I said, "You should really smell these roses." And I sort of pushed them in her face. And she went, "Oh, they smell great." And I said, "No, you should really smell them." And I sort of just shoved them in her face. And she gave me that look that she always gives, like, "What the hell are you doing?" And she saw the ring, a smile came on her face. I got down on one knee, still in the wife beater.
And said a whole bunch of stuff that I don't remember because I was just all about saying yes.
And said, you're the best thing that's ever happened to me. I can't imagine life without you. All these years I've dated and whatnot, and I never thought I'd be here to this day asking you to marry me, and I just want our love to continue, and I know you're the one. Will you marry me?
And he asked me to marry him.
She said yes in a heartbeat.
Oh, I'm completely excited about it. I want it to happen tomorrow, but we have to wait and, plan it and get everything straight and perfect.
I stopped and took a deep breath and said to myself, this is it. Everything in the past has led up to this, and after tonight, everything's going to be different. You're a changed man. You're a new man. This is a whole new point in your life. You're going through with this, and you never thought you'd be here, but here you are. And here we are. Everything up to this point, I can't believe it's really happening. I would give up all my yesterdays with anyone else just to have the rest of my life with you. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you, and I can't wait for us to have little babies and dogs and animals in the house, and just everything that you thought about when you were younger.
I know the greatest moments of my day are when I wake up next to you and fall asleep next to you, and I just want to do that for the rest of my life. And I know you're going to be a great mother, and you're going to be a fantastic wife, and that's all I look forward to in life, is keeping a smile on your face at all times. And even when we're arguing and when we have our bad times, we still have our good times. Mm-hmm. And I just can't believe this is all real and happening. And can't imagine being with anyone else but you.
Neither can I.
I love you.
You're perfect.